very, very hard immediately to know how many people were in those buildings, which buildings have been brought down, and who, frankly, is underneath those rubble. So we're seeing plenty of images of that rubble being carved through, of rescuers trying to get people caught in the rubble. One hesitates to say ever that numbers of casualties will rise, but certainly at times like this, it's very, very hard to come up with any exact figures.
Adam, just looking at some of the reaction, I think in the last few moments the French government have offered publicly any assistance that Turkey and Greece might need following this and what's happening. And of course it's all taking place during a global pandemic, isn't it? And something like this happens, and we saw it with what happened in Beirut, the horrible explosion there, and concerns about public health around the pandemic, you know, are relegated to a secondary concern when something like this happens.
Yeah, I think that is right, and I mean, clearly, at the moment, COVID and the effects of it have been devastating across so many nations, including Turkey and widespread across Europe. Very interesting, actually, that Greece has had to deal with the question of how to manage COVID in a place like Moria, the refugee camp where people are packed in so tightly. That camp itself has had outbreaks and has also had a big fire, and I think the Greeks learnt a lot about how to manage infection control at a time like that. But when you have an earthquake, when you have a breakdown in infrastructure, now, as I emphasise, we still don't know how much damage has been done to crucial infrastructure, to water, to heating, to hospitals, to ambulances, and so on. That will be important, but Izmir, that province and the city are places densely populated. You are talking about millions of people, and at a time when you have this infection that is spreading around, when we talk about social distancing, about the importance of wearing masks, then to talk about those things at a time when people are scrambling through rubble looking for victims of this earthquake, those two things simply may not go together. So you are going to have those twin perils of clearly dealing with the after effects of the earthquake, but also doing so trying somehow to be cognizant of the effects of coronavirus at the same time. It's not something, frankly, that has happened in Europe or in Turkey over the course of the past year, so we are entering, in a sense, into uncharted territory.